That's right, once again with narration, we're doing another Novare Coast here. As you can see, this Novare Coast has already started. I decided to start recording this particular match because there's a guild friend who's on the opposite team, as this is a Republic versus Republic Novare Coast. Two things we're going to see in this video, just for laughs, every time that we blow up an individual named Dalamar, and every time Darkstar uses Orbital Strike on a single target. Give him 1 point. Coming up right here, we see Dalamar is attacking an individual named Ames on the other team, but we're not going to let him get that solo kill. I just have to go in here, kick him in the face, bring him down, let Ames just kind of chip it away at his health. Oh, he's trying stasis so hard, interrupt that. No, and there he's dead. Heading over here into the middle where Ignatius and Keone are duking it out with one of our teammates here. Ignatius being a Jedi Guardian and Keone being a Sage. Keone is still the disturbance spec, which has been nerfed very hard. Not sure why he is still that spec. We see him bubbling and running away. And there the Jawas jump on him right in the middle, gonna blow him up as Ignatius is pummeling from me behind and doing virtually no damage. Which doesn't mean that Ignatius is a terrible player. I am just very difficult to kill, so good for Ignatius, staying on me while we finally peel him off. Veritas and I are going to be running up to the northwest base here, and I believe someone is going to be jumping soon. No, actually, I'm just going to be doing circles for about 5 minutes. We see a Jedi Shadow, I believe, right there. No, sorry, it's a Sentinel named Dre. Dre is slowly going to be moving up into the northwest base coming up here, but little does he know that Veritas and I are calmly waiting for him. Going to grip him back, and as a terrible Jedi Sentinel, never use stasis on a Jedi Shadow before he's even used his telekinetic throw. That's just a waste of resolve. So I'm going to whittle down Dre here, and I'm actually not going to receive any help whatsoever for Darkstar, who's going to be running to the top of your screen coming up here. I believe he is actually waiting for his cooldown of Orbital Strike, because that is the only ability that that guy uses. So I just slowly take down Dre here. We're going to see some disturbances coming and hitting me in the back as Keone has come for some justice. And here we go, gonna run over to Keone, gonna vanish there, throw some rocks at him, and wait for it, gonna be fighting Keone here. There's the Orbital Strike, give Darkstar a 2nd point. And here, gonna be taking down Keone. Keone is very squishy, likes to fight in the fray, and there you go, execute 33-45. I was actually very close to dying there, now I actually have to met up here, and we see my fat and furry friend Vaz healing me off from the distance there. I've now chimed up on Ventrell here, talking to Veritas. We're actually going to decide to go and assault the northeast base here, and here we are going to hold hands and trot off down in the countryside. And I believe our fat and furry friend Vaz is also following us from behind. Oh, looks like I turned around here. I went back into the base because here's Dalamar once again. Pull him out from the group and decide to blow him up. Vaz and Veritas are both jumping on him right away. Here we go, kick to the face. He's at about 40% health, slowly going down. And here, once again, Darkstar throwing down an Orbital Strike, but he's on 2 people, so we're only going to give him half a point. As you can see, Dalamar did die in the ganking wrath of Veritas, Vaz, and myself. We finished off Dre there, running up and to take on Ignatius, who decided to backcap and try to get that base from underneath our noses. Alright, now Veritas and I have decided to actually go and storm the northeast when not having to get distracted by Dalamar. So we're going to head over there, and we do have assistance from our fat and furry friend Vaz, who's going to be trotting along just briefly behind us here. And we're actually going to be fighting Dalamar roughly 2 more times when we're at this base up here. As soon as we come into this base, none other than Dalamar jumps right into the fray. He doesn't actually see Vaz or myself until it's too late. There is the Master Strike, which I kick in the face to interrupt, and we jump on him right away. 2 other individuals who are actually at this base, Wedge and a Larkin. Veritas is going to be popping on a Larkin there. I'm going to be taking on Dalamar, but I can deal with him no problem whatsoever because he actually doesn't use any keybinds. And Vaz being a sneaky fat guy, he's actually hiding behind that doodad right on the middle there. No one can see the fact that he's healing me, and Dalamar is just fighting a pointless fight because Vaz is just constantly going to keep me alive here. Oh, looks like Dalamar found Vaz hiding behind that piece of rubble there and is going to try to fight him. No, he's actually going to Knock me back, and I jump in there, get an execute. There's a force stasis, which I interrupt once again. Dalamar going down, rocks smashing against his cranium. Gonna be hopping on Wedge here. Looks like a Larkin just went down. Wedge is actually a kinetic combat Jedi Shadow again. I believe I mentioned in a different video. He's just a little bit under-geared compared to me right now. And we're just gonna pick him apart here. Slowly, slowly. There you go. And here's Seraphim making his cameo performance against Keone. And here I'm actually going to dash off into the distance and grip Dalamar way back so he cannot cap us, kick him in the face. We're capping the base right now. Dalamar, I'm just slowly griefing him. Jumps on Seraphim to get into the base there. Now Dalamar is a Jedi Guardian, so he does have that 4-second immunity after he jumps in, but he decided not to jump in there for some reason, and I was able to grip him back with no problem. As you can see, this northeast base is now owned by the Jawas. We're going to put our stamp on the ground. Vaz and Seraphim are going to be heading to the south bunker. We have less than 10% left on the actual game itself. And so the person coming out right now, again, is Dalamar. It's going to be going against Veritas one-on-one, and I've actually called out on Vent very hilariously that I'm not going to interfere. By interfere, I don't mean interfere directly. And here as I'm slowly but surely creeping over, just so my guard is in range to trigger on Veritas, and I absorb half of his damage. Aren't I a conniving little prick? This one-on-one does go on for a little bit longer. I don't help out at all. We see the dots ticking on Dalamar there quite heavily. He's going down, going down, going down, and sadly the game ends. So Veritas was not able to get his one-on-one on Dalamar, and we were not able to kill him for the final time. The final score for Darkstar is 2.5 points for casting Orbital Strike on a single target. He does this very frequently in almost every single match, so I will definitely have some more footage of him being a noob as per usual. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll definitely be trying to get some more PvP videos out this week.